No, the title and the thumbnail of this video is not clickbait. I am actively saying no to well over $100,000 a year. This video is going to be very different from my usual videos. There's not going to be any expensive trade-ups, and I'm not going to teach you how to go from nothing to a knife. But instead, I'm just going to be yapping into my microphone, and you can enjoy some supreme, extremely high elo CS gameplay on the screen. And I want to have a conversation with you guys, so if you have any thoughts whatsoever about anything that I say in this video, please leave it in the comments. I will respond to every single comment, so let's have a conversation. Also, quick spoiler alert, if you haven't watched this video yet, go watch it now and then come back to this video. This video was sponsored by SkinsMonkey, the best CS2 trading site with the lowest fees out there. My favorite feature is that they don't charge any overpay for low floats, so for example, this 0.09 Zeus Dragon Snore costs exactly the same as the bad float ones. You can get up to $5 for free on your first trade if you use code TECHSAVVY, and after about 5 minutes, I managed to find this trade for my Glock Axia for the low float Dragon Snore and a StatTrak Minimal AK Slate. I actually made $6.90 on this trade. If you're just a little bit short on your balance, don't worry, because again, using code TECHSAVVY, you get a 35% deposit bonus. Even if you don't have any skins, they're constantly running 3 giveaways that you can enter without trading or spending any money. Thanks again to SkinsMonkey for sponsoring this video. Go check them out. There will be a link in the description in the pinned comment. Let's talk about gambling sponsors. Obviously, it is a very controversial topic, especially in the CS scene. Everywhere where you look that is CS2 related, there's gonna be gambling sponsors. You can watch the major or pretty much any tournament, it's gonna be plastered with gambling sponsors. Pretty much every single YouTube video has a gambling integration in it. And obviously, CS2 skin websites also have banner ads for gambling sites. Now, I'm not here to specifically call anyone out who takes gambling sites, and I'm also not here to tell you how bad the CS2 gambling scene is. I'm sure you've already seen these videos, but if these ads are literally everywhere, then they must pay very well, right? Well, not everyone. I get my fair share of lowball offers from gambling sites that obviously shall remain unnamed, the first of which was $100 per video. Now, I know $100 is a lot of money in a lot of contexts, but if the context is plastering gambling ads in front of thousands of people, then $100 is peanuts. Now, I know I got this offer 4 months ago, but just for context, this is only a fraction of what I get from non-gambling sponsors currently. This relationship, by the way, is exactly the opposite of what it should be. Usually non-gambling sponsors only pay a fraction of the amount as gambling sponsors do. Clearly, they were just fishing for someone clueless that would just take any amount of money that they got offered. The next lowball that I got was $300, which is already 3 times as high as the previous lowball, but this amount is still a fraction of what I would consider the market rate for a gambling ad on a channel my size. But I haven't even shown you the craziest bit. They wanted to sponsor 60 videos right off the bat. That is an insane amount. And the timing was also extremely sus. I got this offer here, just as I started to gain an insane amount of views in January. They give me this massive offer in terms of number of videos, and I mean, I don't know what else to think other than that they were trying to lock me in at a low rate for a really long time, anticipating that my channel would keep growing at the rate that it was. Now, before I show you the next lowball, and yes, there's more, let me explain a little change that I made in my videos. A little over a month ago, I decided that I would focus more on quality rather than quantity. I wanted to do this because I was starting to feel like I was just making videos for the sake of making videos, and people didn't seem to enjoy my videos as much as I would like. So I made this change, and now I only upload 1 or 2 videos a week, but I get to put in so much more time and effort, and you guys seem to absolutely love them, at least compared to my previous videos. So thank you to each and every single one of you for the absolutely immense support I've gotten over the last month or so, and just ever in general. You guys are truly the best. But back to the gamble lowballs, the next one I got was a little bit of a different pay structure. They offered to sponsor 1 video, and I'll tell you what video they wanted to sponsor exactly in a second. And they offered $16 per 1,000 views. So if that video got 5,000 views, which is honestly pretty average for my channel, they would pay me $80. And they also added a $1,000 bonus if the video hits 100,000 views. That might seem like a crazy goal for a bonus, but it was actually fairly realistic. I got this offer right after I uploaded the video titled "Nothing to a Knife Has Never Been Easier," and they wanted to sponsor a very similar video where I essentially do the same thing, and they're of course banking that that second video would do at least close to as well as the first video did. Now if you do the math, if the video gets 100,000 views, then they'd pay me $2,600, which $2,600 is a crazy amount of money, but oh boy, if the video does not hit the 100k views, I am getting absolutely scammed. And let's not even talk about the comical hypocrisy of putting gambling ads in a profitable trade-up video. So these are the offers that I consider lowballs, but I did get one offer that I would consider fair, and they offered $650 per video just for average videos. Now before the offer, I told them that I'd expect at least a 4-digit number per video just to filter out any possible lowballs, and then for some reason he still decided to hit me with a 3-digit offer per video just for more videos, which is the reverse of the classic example of let's make the loan period longer on a car loan to make the minimum monthly payment lower, regardless of how much the out-the-door price is of the car. And this is where the fun begins. The next minute, I said no. 1 minute later, he upped the offer to $1,000 per video. Again, I said no. Literally 2 minutes later, he upped it to $1,250 per video. And again, I said no. So then again, literally 2 minutes later, we're at $1,500 per video. Now again, I respectfully declined, and guess what? 1 minute later, he comes back with another offer, $1,750 per video. This offer was for 4 videos, so if you do the math, that is $7,000 for 4 videos. This is crazy because his offer literally went from $650 to $1,700 per video over the course of 10 minutes. This just goes to show how much money these sites are willing to pay to secure a sponsorship on a channel. Now, I'm gonna get real with you. I was really tempted for a couple days because of the timing of this offer. I got this offer just a few days after I did the M4 night trade up, which of course was an absolutely massive fail. And just think about it. I lost around $10,000 on the night trade up. So if I would have taken this offer, I would have made 70% of my losses back in 4 videos. That is literally 2 weeks. I hope you can forgive me for being tempted. Now, honestly, my final response I'm not super proud of. I kind of hinted that I'd be willing to work with them in the future, which as you'll soon see is definitely not the case. That goes for any gambling site, not just this specific one. I'm just not the kind to burn bridges. Now, let's take this offer and let's extrapolate it a little bit. I know it's only for 4 videos. And I really have no idea how well gambling ads would do on my channel because I've never done them, but let's assume for the near future I would make $1,750 per video. In January, I uploaded 7 videos, so there's 12 months in a year times 7, that is 84 videos in a year extrapolated from January. You probably already did the math, but that is $147,000. That is almost double the median household income in the United States, and that's literally only from sponsorships, not even considering affiliates, which would probably also be a sizable chunk. And also, my channel is growing at an insane rate, so as always, a huge thank you goes out to each and every one of you. This month has been absolutely incredible, but if this growth continues, I would make more than $1,750 per video. That is a ridiculous amount of money that I've never ever had access to. That is what I could be making if I accepted that offer, but I did not. You gotta ask yourself, where is that 150 grand coming from? Obviously, they wouldn't just pay me out of the goodness of their hearts. It is coming from people losing their money gambling on the website. And those people would be you guys, my viewers. Now, I'm not a saint or anything for declining this offer. I'm gonna be honest, I was really close to accepting it, but after talking to some close friends and family members, thankfully they managed to convince me not to. And now that I look back, a longer time between losing the 10 grand on the trade up, I am so glad I did not take it. And this is really hard for me to admit, but I've been there. I've been addicted to these gambling sites. I've lost a lot of money. I really don't know how much. There were sessions where it went into the 4 digits. It was bad. And knowing how bad these sites are for you firsthand, I just can't do that to you guys. If I would have taken this deal, I probably would have given a lot of you guys a crippling gambling addiction, and that would just completely break me. I'm already imagining the messages I would have gotten of people telling me that I got them to start playing on these sites and they lost everything. That is not worth $7,000. It's not worth $50,000. It's not worth $1 million. At the end of the day, this channel is nothing without your viewership. And if what I do on this channel does not benefit you, then I really should not be doing it, no matter how much money it would make me. Now let me address the elephant in the room. A lot of the videos that I make are straight up gambling. Opening cases, straight up gambling. Degenerate trade-ups for #1 nights, straight up gambling. There's no denying that. Profitable trade-ups is a lot more of a blurred line. I personally wouldn't consider it gambling, just because if you know what you're doing, then you're guaranteed to be doing positive expected value trade-ups. But I do definitely agree that there is an element of gambling to it. So how are gambling sites different than opening cases or doing trade-ups in CS2? The big difference that in my opinion justifies everything is that with gambling sites, the more money you lose, the more money I make. And these websites are designed to get you addicted. In other words, once you start playing, you basically have no choice of continuing because it just takes over your mind. And profiting from giving people gambling addictions is not something I want to be doing. CS2 case openings and trade-ups, however, there is a disconnect between the amount of money you lose doing that and the amount of money that I make, so there is no incentive for me to get you to do it. In fact, I tell you the exact opposite. I tell you not to do it. Now, I know telling you not to do something doesn't fully alleviate the issue, and I don't know if that's an L take, then let me know in the comments down below. And I know I haven't said this before, but even though I would make an insane amount of money on this channel, my channel is still tiny in the grand scheme of things. I know other people like Jesus were offered millions of dollars to promote gambling and they said no as well, and that takes so much more courage than to say no to 7,000. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's all that I wanted to talk about today. Also, let me know what you think of my new AK, this AK hydroponic. I think it's great. Thank you for listening to my yap session, and again, I will be replying to every single comment. So if you have any thoughts, please leave them down below, and I'll see you in the next one.